Welcome to all of you. Today I am going to discuss individual income tax liability of a resident individual for the year of assessment 2022-23. Plus due date also, return due date also in 30th November 2023. So this may be useful those who are filing the individual income tax return for the year of assessment 22-23, and may be useful those who are having the exam, university exam with the year applicable year of assessment 22-23, university exam, professional exam, and any other person who wish to get some idea on this. I will discuss in a summary form. And if you wish to get some sort of other tax videos, you can refer to my channel and subscribe. You can have a look on VAT on Financial Service and tax summary on budget 2024, stamp duty, capital gain tax, individual income tax, year of assessment 23-24. Right? Likewise, there are many videos you can watch those things as well. Right. We'll go ahead with the explanation first. Right. For individual income tax, if I explain the year of assessments, what was happened, why this year is much complicated, because we take 2 year of assessments, right? Let's say we'll compare with the year of assessment 20, 21, 22, and let's take this year 22, 23, right? Let's say 22, 23, right? For this year, we applied full year basis tax liability, right? So in this year, personal relief was 3 million. Personal relief වාසික පුද්ගල දීමනාව. tax ගෙවන්න ඕන ලක්ෂ 2.5ට වඩා වැඩි නම් you were required to pay annual 3 million if you are exceeding more than 3 million per annum, or per month මේක 12 බෙදුවහම per month if you are getting more than 250,000 per month, right? Per month you have to pay tax. That is called personal relief. Then what was happening in this year in the middle, not exactly in the middle, right? With effective from 1st January onward, they change this law with effective from 1st January 2023 onward, right? They reduce the personal relief to 1.2 million. That means per month 100,000. මාසෙකට ලක්ෂයකට වැඩි නම් ඔයාගේ income එක, whatever income, salary or business, right? Employment income, business income, investment income, if you are getting more than 100,000, then you have to pay, right? So then what happened? This is applicable only for 3 months, right? 3 months. Then for 3 months, personal relief would be how much? Then for 3 months, person relief would be this money into 3. Personal relief for 3 months would be 300,000. Here we have for the 9 months, right? For 9 months, because till April to December, right? Till April to December. Here Jan to March, right? For this 9 months, if you take this 9 months, personal relief would be how much? Then the annual relief 3 million, right? If you divide it by 12 multiplied by 9, you will get 2.250, right? 2.25 million as personal relief for 9 months. Or else you can compute 250,000 multiplied by 9 per month, 250, right? 250,000. If you multiply it by 9, you also will get the same answer, right? Right? 2.200, right? 2.25 million, right? 9 month relief. This was happened during the year 2023. Therefore, you have to do a calculation for this period separately and also for this period separately, right? then you need to divide the computation into 2 periods in order to get exactly the relevant rates. So when it's come to slabs, right? When it's come to tax slabs, also you need to, because prior to this year, tax slab first 3 million tax at the rate of 6%. After this 3 million relief, another relief also there, right? Then after that, if any balance having, then the first 3 million subject to tax at the rate of 6%. Then the second 3 million subject tax at the rate of 12%. Any balance are there, right? Were subject to tax at the rate of 18%. Right? Then this law apply till December 2022 on, up to December 2022. Right? So then what we can do is the first, not 3 million, first 2.25 million. Because 3 million ගන්න බෑ. If you take 3 million, you have to convert into 12 months. So 9 months, right? Then first 2.25 million into 6%. Then the second 2.25 million into 12%. If any balance, right, you have to multiply it by 18%. And this is the tax rate. When it's come to the year with effective from January 1st, 2023 onward, what happened? Then the annual relief is 3 million for 3 months, 300,000. First 300,000, right? First 300,000 into first 300,000 into 6%, right? Then the next 300,000 into 12%, right? Sorry, here a small correction here, right? The tax slabs in this year was actually 500, right? 500,000, right? Then for this year, tax slabs starting from this year with effective from 1st January 2023 onward, revised tax slabs was 500,000, right? 500,000 per annum, right? Then you have to divide it by 12, multiplied by 3. Then you will get tax slabs for 3 months. 3 months would be 125,000, right? 125,000 into 6%. 125,000 into, then the first 125 and the next 125 into 12%. Likewise, then the next 125,000 into 18%, right? The next 125,000 into 24%. Then next 125,000 into 30%. And next, maybe the balance, right? Balance, if any balance there, right? Subject to tax at the rate of 36%, right? Then the tax, anyway, individual will get higher tax liability because of this, right? Because previously tax limited to up to 18%. Now your income tax liability also very low, right? Then the 3 month again very low, right? Only 125 each, right? Then you have to pay tax at the rate of 36%. It's a big amount, right? So therefore it's big tax liability you will get on this year and the next years as well, right? 23, 24 year, maybe you will get higher taxes, right? If you are in roughly, if I say, if you are getting 500,000 per month, you have to pay 1/5 to the government. ලක්ෂ 5ක් ගන්න කෙනෙක් ලක්ෂයක් ගෙවන්න ඕන රජයට, right? ලක්ෂයක් ගෙවන්න ඕන රජයට. That's the tax we have now, right? So, right. Then Then let's go ahead with the computation, right? Basic computation. The basic understanding is in this syllabus, this, right? You need to have on basic understanding on this, right? After that, we'll go ahead with the calculation, right? Let's say it's the Pereira, right? Pereira, individual income tax liability, computation, computation. The year of assessment is, we'll take that one also to the top, right? For the year of assessment, 22, 23, right? So then we have to divide this period into two, right? 9 months and 3 months, right? 9 months and 3 months, right? Otherwise, because two different law, we have two different periods, therefore we have to have separate detail, right? Employment income, if you are doing a job, you will get employment income, salary ගන්නවා අපි කියන employment income කියලා, right? So I will take figures in roughly, right? Roughly figures I will take here. Employment income, if you have, let's say rupees in thousand, or no, we'll take the exact, yeah, right? Let's say 2.7 million, right? 2.7 million for this 9-month period. Let's say you are getting 300,000 per month, right? For 9 months, we got 2.7 million, right? Right? And here also you are getting 300,000 per month, and for 3 months, 900, right? This is based on your T10 certificate. T10 certificate issued by the employer, right? Issued by the company. Simply I would say company, right? Issued by the company. T10 certificate එකක් issue කරන්න ඕන අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම EIND එක උනාට පස්සේ, right? Company තියෙනවා කොච්චරක් වගේ income එක කියලා, right? So company will issue a T10 certificate and it will show, right, exactly what is the employment income for 9 months and what are the amounts you have to consider for 3 months. It will declare separately, right? The T10 certificate also available in the Inland website, so you can download it. If you don't have, if you are an employer, right, you have to issue this one to the all employees, right? So this T10 certificate, based on that you can complete this part, right? And this is anyway, then because anyway the employers, they have to deduct if any person who are getting more than 100,000 per month, right? So anyway, EPIT confirmation, in other words, APIT deduction certificate, API, advanced personal income tax deduction certificate, right? Advanced income tax deduction certificate cannot follow. Yes, if you are getting monthly salary, then employer required to deduct advanced personal income tax. Concern is not required for this year, right? Anyway, if you are getting more than 100,000, right, they have to deduct, right? Then the APIT is there, certificate is there. Then in the first 9 months, you might pay your own pocket. Then the balance 3 months anyway they have deducted. So then the APIT certificate is there. You can confirm the salary detail from that. And then if you are having a business, right? If you are having a business income, we have to consider this. We have to take accessible income from the business, right? We have to convert this. This is also accessible income from employment income, right? Income from employment, I would say accessible income from employment, because accessible income in the sense they have to consider cash benefit as well as non-cash benefit as well, right? because then sometime most of the employees, they think like we have to pay tax on cash benefit. Salary එකට විතරයි. Non-cash benefit in the sense, if you are getting vehicle from the company as a vehicle benefit or the housing benefit, accommodation, then you have to consider those things as well. Alright? Then the employer will include those things when they are paying tax on employment income. Otherwise, you have to consider, right? Assessable income from business. Right? Accessible income from business. If you have a business, then you have to have a separate plus minus, right? Separate plus minus by doing allowable and disallowable adjustments, right? Right? Accounting profit taker, අපි ගන්නෙ නැහැ as it is for tax purpose, right? We are not taking accounting profit as it is for tax purpose. We have to do some certain adjustment, allowable expenses, disallowable expenses, add back කරන්න ඕන, right? Disallow කරන්න තියෙනවා, disallow කරන්න ඕන, allow කරන්න තියෙනවා, allow කරන්න ඕන. As example, depreciation we have to add back. Capital loans we can claim. Entertainment we have to disallow. Donation we have to disallow because those things are not included in the production of income, right? So in that case, I will not discuss calculation of accessible income from business over here, right? I will take random figures here, right? Let's say you have 9 million as accessible income from business. Here you have 3 million accessible income from business for the balance sheet, right? Right. This is, you have to have a separate, if you are, maybe if you have audited certified financial statement, that's fine, or financial statement. Basically, at least you need to have a P&L, right? To identify that one, right? And separate calculation and the plus minuses, right? How to arrive accessible income from business, what are the adjustments you need, right? The computation should be there, P&L as well as tax computation, right? On that, and simply calculation you can attach to that, right? Then accessible income from investment. Right? Accessible income from investment income, right? Then if you have interest mainly, right? If you have interest, you have to consider that gross interest over here, right? For gross interest income over here, let's say you have for this period, right? This period, you have 600,000 interest income. Here you have 150,000 interest income, right? Here you need to remember in the second period, you will get advance income tax certificate here. Then here, how to get confirmation on this? You can get bank confirmation, and for the second period, you can get advance income tax deduction certificates. You can get advance income tax deduction certificate from the bank. They have to issue monthly. Then based on that, you can get these figures, right? The bank confirmation. Then if you have rent income, you can get rent income, right? You can get rent income over here, gross rent income. And again, for the first 9 months, let's say you have rent 200,000 per month, rent income for 9 months, that is much. And for last 3 months, you have 600,000. Right here also for the second period, then you need to remember you will get advance income tax deduction at the rate of 5%, right? For the second period, advance income tax deduction is there. For the second period, advance income tax at 10% for second period, right? Advance income tax for the second period, right? Here, advance income tax for the second period and the interest 5%, right? 5%. Here 10% on rent, right? Then these things are basic, right? So if you have dividend, also famous. If you have dividend income, so dividend income first period is subject to normal tax rate under normal tax slabs, right? Let's say you have 800,000 dividend income. Here you have dividend income, but will not become a form of part of assessable income from investment because it's final. For second period, dividend finance because withholding tax applicable at the rate of 15%, which is final, final for second period. Right? Is final for second period. Right? Then right here these things are very famous. All person will get this type of income, right? Other than that, you might get accessible income on under investment, capital gain, right? Or else then the winning from lottery, right? Royalty or premium, right? All these things will be there, but for the time being, I will take only these things, right? Accessible. Then the next one is accessible income from other. Anything, anything we can't take under the above three, we call it as others. Let's say we don't have any other income. Income mean part of the third one, right? Fourth one. So these are the three, four sources of income: accessible income from investment, accessible income from business, accessible income from employment. These three are the key things, right? Employment, business, investment, right? If you have any other income which will not fall under above three, we will call it as other, right? Then after taking total on this, we call it as total accessible income, right? Total accessible income. Total accessible income, right? We call it as total accessible income, right? Then, right? Then once you get total accessible income, right, then you can deduct the reliefs and qualifying payment. You can deduct relief. First of all, I will take relief, right? First of all, I will take relief. First of all, you will take relief, right? First relief, I will take rent relief, right? Rent relief. First, for the first period, rent relief. Right, sorry for that. We'll start rent relief. Rent relief, if you take rent relief applicable for both period, right? If you have rent income, you can deduct for repair and maintenance 25% on that, right? 25% as deduction under rent relief, right? Here, deduction, right? Here also, you will get deduction under rent relief, right? As a deduction. Then the next relief is expenditure relief. Expenditure relief in the sense what? What are the expenditure? if you are incurring educational expenses, local educations, medical bills, medical insurance, those things you can do. Housing loan interest you can deduct. And I hope you are aware of those things, right? Let me share these things as well. Here, expenditure relief, resident individual entitled for health expenditure, you can deduct vocational education, but here it should be incurred locally, even on behalf of your children. Also, you can deduct housing loan interest. Again, you can deduct contribution made to any local pension scheme, right? You can deduct, and any investment you made, CSC, Columbus Stock Exchange, by purchasing shares or treasury bill, treasury bond investment, you can deduct, but maximum for this year you can take only 900,000. After that, 1st January onward, no expenditure relief, right? Therefore, expenditure relief you can get only for the first period, right? First period, it would be 900,000, right? 900,000. Let's say you have these expenses, let's say insurance, you have like medical insurance, and you have some educational expenses, you paid MBA local, to your local university, right? Those things, education expenses should be within the country, right? ලංකාවේ ආයතනයකට ගෙවන ඒවා විතරයි ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Right. Medical expenses, you incur some medical expenses, OPD or any expenses, you can have a right bill, then you can claim it, right? You need to have supporting for this, right? So then you need to, in any case, if in the department requests bills for this, then you should be able to provide, right? Then the next relief is other relief, right? Other relief, I would say solar relief, right? Other relief means solar relief, solar, right? If you have installed solar your premises, right? Your home, right? Which is connected to the national grid, right? Then you have fixed solar which is connected to the national grid, right? Then you can claim maximum for year, maximum for the full year would be 600,000. Then even you can claim under this period or this period. I would prefer to claim 600,000 in the second period. Because first period, anyway, the tax rates are low. Then the second period, you have option to claim under second period, that doesn't matter. Then again, you need to have separate bills, or if you are taking a loan to fix those solar to your home, right, install, then that particular loan document or the supporting document you should have, right? And even though your installation cost, solar cost, maybe big amount, let's say 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million. For this year, you can claim only 600, right? There's a limitation. And one other condition, it should be connected to the national grid, right? If it is connected to the national grid for this year, we can claim 22, 23, only 600. Then the balance, you can carry forward to the subsequent year. Then balance 900, again 23, 24, you can again claim only 600. And again, the balance 300,000, you can claim into the 24, 25, likewise, right? Here, right? Then the other relief also discussed. Then personal relief. Personal relief. Personal relief. Here, you know that personal relief for previous years was 3 million. Then this year we have only 9 months under the previous law, 2.25 million we can claim only that, right? 2.25 million, right? Here, for the second period, we have 1.2 million relief, 1.2 million. relief, right? Then you have only 3 months, right? Then the for second period you will claim 300 as we discussed in the white code, right? Here. Only here 300, here 2.25, right? Then the expenditure relief for the second period, you will not get entitled to get expenditure relief. So solar relief, you can claim either this period or this period, it's up to you, right? So the all relief you have considered here. Then after that, we can deduct qualifying payment, right? So this I'm going to give you, right? In singular, right? Then the qualifying payment, if you make donation to approved charity, right? Donation made to approved charity, अनुमत पुण्य आयोजन correct, right? If you donated to an approved charity, you can deduct, there's a limit, right? Then you have to consider lower of 1/3 of the taxable income, then the actual for 75,000. The lower of this, right? Then the most of the cases you have to compare 1/3 of the, not the 1/3 of the actual taxable income. Only you need to compare actual and the 75,000, right? Because actual and 75,000, because taxable income anyway we are going to calculate now. Here we have only figures up to now assessable income. Assessable income, then after deducting these things, you will get taxable income somewhere here. Then that 1/3 of the taxable income, how we can get it? Then you can do it through the Excel iterative, enabling iterative and all. But here always, if you take 1/3 of the taxable income anyway, if you divide this accessible income into 1/3, then you will get big amount. Anyway, 75,000 anyway lower, right? Then the actual you will not donate more than 7,500, 200, right? Even though you donate 200, so it will get a small amount, right? The only 75,000, right? Here, if you take this one by dividing 6 million, right? Then anyway, you will not donate 6 million, right? So anyway, it's limited to 75, right? Let's say you donated donation, you made it, let's say 200,000, but you can claim as per the law only 75, right? 75,000. Then the lower of these two, actual and the low says limit 75. Out of these two, you can claim only 75. If there any balance, you cannot carry it forward. This also in this donation claim, also you can select either first period or second period. Here, minimum of this one or this one, the lower amount you can. I will take in the second period because second period tax rates are very high. Therefore, I will consider in the second period, right? Right. Then donation made to government. Here, one thing I miss to inform you, it should be in cash, right? If you donate it by cash only, in money only, you can deduct, right? Donation made to government, even cash or goods, right? If you donation made to government own there, right? Right? So anything you can deduct, right? Anything you can deduct, right? Without any limitation, right? No limitation, anything, right? Let's say this person has donated government, hospital, some beds, right? And anti-capitalism, right? Let's say 500,000. Then he can deduct 500,000. No any limitation. Entire amount is eligible to deduct. But there are some other relief, the qualifying payment as well, right? I will not discuss. Right? Donation made to government and specified institution. There are some specified institution, government and specified. Up even around the national saving fund, right? National kidney fund, right? Up even universities, specified institution also come under this, right? let's say you have donated to University of Jayapura, right? All right. Let's say 250,000, right? And take it, right? I will also prepare to take it in second period because in the first period tax rate is lower than the second period. Therefore, I will claim all deduction on the second, right? Donation made to, then there are some other donation. If you are donation made to a lady, some of the beneficiary family to establish a shop, right? You can deduct, and as well as expenditure on film industry, right? Donation made or any expenditure you incur, right? On film industry, you can have those things. I will not take these things because those are not that much popular for all the individual, right? So then after that, we can come into the taxable income, right? Right. After those deduction, you will get taxable income. The taxable income, after deducting qualifying payment and relief, you will get taxable income. Here taxable income 11.3, here 2.775, right? Taxable income. You can close this double line by using the double line because once we calculate taxable income, just a matter of calculating the applying the tax line, right? Computation of here, computation of tax liability, income tax payable, income tax payable for 9 months. First of all, we'll do 9 months, right? How to complete for 9 months is right. So first 3 million, not the 3 million, because as we discussed, we can't get 3 million for the 9 months. Then 3 million divided by 12 multiplied by 9, you will get 2.25 million, right? 2.25 million into 6%, right? Into 6%, you will get this, right? Then the second, right? Second, then the second 2.25 million into 12%, you will get this much, right? 270, right? And balance, any balance is how much? Then the balance in the sense, this one, right? Minus this one and this. Then the any balance subject to tax at the rate of 18%, right? 18%. Then you will get tax liability for this. You will get tax liability for the 9-month period. For the 9-month period, you will get tax liability as tax liability this much, right? So the tax liability, right? For computation for the next 3 months, computation for the next balance 3 months, Jan to March, we have to have a separate calculation because slab is starting from 500, but anyway, it's applicable for 3 months, 125, 125, 125. Here, 6%, 12%, likewise, we will end up with this, right? Here, after this, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then balance, right? So the second period, how much? Tax liability, here 2.775. Here this is equal of how I arrived to this is clear, because this one is it should be equal to this, right? Second period, we put green color, right? Second period, here this was the tax liability, then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, we have to remove. After that, any balance subject tax at the rate of 36, Then for second period, tax liability would be, for second period tax liability would be this much, right? This. Then the total tax liability for the year would be, by taking this one, so we'll take it under this line, right? 2.515500, right? 2,515,500 would be the total tax liability, right? Then what you can do, right? Then you can deduct tax credit, right? And then you can deduct tax credit. We can deduct less tax credit. And finally, we can deduct tax credit from the tax liability. Here, if you can remember these donations, I could take it into, right, the previous second period. If you take these things in the first period, right? If you take these things into first period, right? If you take these things into first period, then you can see the tax liability for the second period, 1.1 million, right? Since I considered those donation in the second period, it reduced to, right? It reduced to 800, right? It reduced to 800. Then it's better to take that one, and then you can save the tax, right? So then second period, if you take, what are the credits? If you have employment income, anyway, APIT deduction is there. Based on the T10 certificate, you can deduct advance in personal income tax paid under T10 certificate. You can take the tax credit. Let's say 800,000 you paid as advance income tax. You can deduct, right? Then if you have interest income, so business income, you need to pay quarter installment. So you can deduct quarter installment as well, right? You can deduct quarter installment, let's say 1 million, right? Let's say you paid 1 million as quarter installment, right? Then if you have interest income, rent income, you will get advance income tax. Advance income tax on interest, right? You can deduct at the rate of 5% for the second period. Right. In the second period, 5%. Right? Right. Rent income for the second period, you can get 5% tax credit on that interest income, because second period it is mandatory to deduct, all banks deducted 5% on interest, right? So then you will get the advance income tax deduction certificate from the bank on 5% tax rate, right? Here, if you take advance income tax on rent, you can take the credit, because if you are getting more than 100,000 per month as a rent income, right? If you are monthly rent income is more than 100,000, then definitely tenant will deduct. Tenant will deduct. Tenant will deduct here. It should be here. Advance income tax 10% for the second period, right? So then second period you can get that as a, here it should be 10% for the second period. Let's check this one. Yes, correct. On this, we take a different color, right? We can get the credit, right? For interest, right? For interest, we have tax credit, right? You need to remember these things, right? For dividend, for certain period, it's final, will not be a part of assessable income from investment, right? Like a final, our tax වෙන්නේ නැහැ, interest and dividend income එකක් තියෙනවා නම් certain period එකට ගන්නෙ නැහැ. You are not required to consider for this period, right? Only first period dividend subject to tax at the rate of normal tax rates under this, right? Right, all the credit we have taken, up to now, right? Then if you have any refund from the previous year, you can set off, if any, right? So other than that, we don't have anything, right? Here we call it as balance income tax payable, right? Balance tax payable or refund due, right? Balance tax payable or refund due this much. This is if there any balance you need to pay on or before 30th September 2023 was the this year due date, right? 30th September was the due date. In the now, if you are preparing the final tax completion, there won't be any final payment because this payment you should have paid on the this quarterly installment plus final payment, right? I will take 648,000 here, right? 648,000 here as well. Then you will get 0 when you are filing the, you have to make 0 this one when you are filing the tax liability, tax return. If there are any payment due after 30 September, they will impose penalty, right? So this is the basic computation of individual income tax for the year of assessment 22-23. Hope this is clear to you, right? If you have any doubt, any clarification, you can comment under this video or any question if you have. And also you can email to me, email is in the channel, right? So email to me any further clarification required. So you can comment, share, and also subscribe to my channel. So we'll see with another video in the detailed version on this, right? It will take time. So we'll get the detailed version of the individual income tax. This is, I just really focus on the summary form of individual income tax computation, right? Hope it's clear, right? I will see in another video, right? Thank you.